Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Living in Bend, Oregon, and in today's video, I'm going to cover the pros and cons of living in Bend, Oregon. And we're getting started right now. Hi there, I'm Carin Jackson with Living in Bend, Oregon, and if this is your first time to my channel, make sure to subscribe to get weekly videos all about Bend and what it's like to live here. I try to be as honest as possible to make sure you get all of the details to make the right move to Bend. And since I'm a licensed real estate agent in Oregon, and as much as I love making these videos, I'd love more to help you with your real estate needs. My phone number and email should be showing up right about now, so give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd love to help you make the move to Bend, Oregon. Okay, let's get right into it. Since everyone has their own thoughts and feelings about what makes a location perfect, there's no right or wrong when choosing a place to live. Just what is best for you. Even as much as I enjoy living in Bend, it's not always ideal. Go grab your hiking boots because we are about to travel the pros and cons of living in Bend, Oregon. Con number one. Let's get started by talking about a con first. Isolation is one of the top lows. As you can see on the map, we don't have much around us except for forests and desert. Although we make a lovely stop if you're traveling from Boise to Portland, there's not a lot around us at all. Roads are also pretty dangerous in the middle of winter when you're going long distances, so drivers need to be careful. We can't pop over to another city easily. Everywhere we want to travel takes quite a drive, although some feel that the journey to your destination is half the fun. Pro number one. My top high is all the exceptional outdoor activities you can enjoy here in Bend. We truly have it all. Biking and hiking might be your first thoughts, but there is also horseback riding, skiing, snowmobiling, canoeing and kayaking, mountain or rock climbing, swimming, fishing, hunting, tennis, pickleball, bocce ball, floating on the river, so much golf, zip lining, and more. If you can do it outdoors, you can do it in Bend. So if you like being outdoors year round, Bend should be on your list of potential places to call home. Con number two. Wildfire smoke is a problem. In fact, as I am making this video, the air quality outside is 160 AQI, which is in the unhealthy category. The beauty of the forest is also a vulnerability to wildfires. We are at the mercy of Mother Nature, and with all of the wildfires lately, we have been inundated with smoke. Now, it does clear, it does change directions, and wildfire season isn't all year long. However, anyone with breathing conditions or asthma should be warned. Pro number two, no sales tax. That's right, we are one of only a handful of states that doesn't charge sales tax on purchases. People actually drive here from our neighboring states just to go shopping, which doesn't hurt the economy here in Oregon. With some states charging as much as 9%, think of how much money you can save year over year. Now, to be fair, we do have a state income tax to make up for it. But depending on your saving and spending habits, you could see these almost offset. Speaking of shopping, this is another high to share. We have great shopping areas here in Bend. There are several kinds of retailers here, but the largest concentrations are downtown, the Old Mill District, the outlets, and Cascade Village. We might not have a Nordstrom's nearby, boo, but we do have a great selection of chain and boutique shops to enjoy and save that tax money on. Con number three, high paying jobs and long term careers are limited here in Bend. That doesn't mean we have no jobs. Our unemployment is sitting under the national average at 5.2%. It has just been limited due to our remote location and lack of institutional investment. With the kind of population growth our area is seeing, experts predict that we will see more jobs develop over the next 10 years. But if you're looking for a hot financial or tech career, unless you get to be a remote worker, our city is not the hub you are looking for. Pro number three. One of the highlights of living in Bend is the exceptional food and beverage scene here. We have hundreds of different restaurants in the area that cover a variety of domestic, international, and fine dining locations. There is truly something for everyone, and they aren't your typical chain. We also have many local breweries that are incredibly popular, but we aren't just a beer town. There are whiskey and cocktail bars, sports bars, wine tasting bars, and even theme bars all over the city. If you're a foodie or know a thing or two about alcohol, you might just love living in Bend. Con number 4, all those HOAs. Buyers beware. One of the lows of living in Bend is all the neighborhoods with homeowners associations. In case you don't currently have one or know much about them, an HOA is a board made up of neighborhood homeowners and they help run the neighborhood. They set rules and restrictions and enforce them when needed. Examples of HOA rules? Well, they can regulate color schemes of homes within a development, how your landscaping looks, whether you can have cars parked in your driveway long term, just to name a few. Some even include that you can't have a dog. Yikes! Keep me out of that neighborhood. HOAs aren't just about rules, though. They fix things too. They charge residents something for the maintenance of the neighborhood, and this is usually paid monthly, quarterly, or yearly. While it is not fun to have to follow rules about putting a fence up, the silver lining here is that your whole neighborhood has to follow the rules too. So Hank and Betty down the street have to make sure their lawn is mowed too. And Jerry can't spill oil all over his driveway and just never clean it up. It's a double-edged sword. Pro number 4. The local school systems make my list as a high here in Bend. We have a very dedicated and hardworking group of teachers and administrators in the area that has helped our school system to be one of the highest in the state. According to Public School Review, Deschutes County has one of the highest concentrations of top-rated schools in all of Oregon. We are well above the national average in both language and mathematics scores. We also have a variety of options for schools in the area with public, private, and Montessori options. If you have a family and are looking to move to the area, this should definitely be a high for you too. Con number 5. This town was not built for the recent boom of people moving here. Back when Bend was established in 1904, there was no way anyone could have anticipated the kind of development that we have going on today. Therefore, the streets are not laid out for the influx of traffic, even if we do have less traffic than other cities in the state. There are a few really annoying parts to the poor street planning. Let me share. First of all, there are over 32 roundabouts in Bend. Yes, you heard me correctly, 32. Why? I have no idea, but if you have one near you now, you know people are not well versed on how to drive through one. It's not hard, but still, nobody does it well. Another little annoyance is the fact that Cascade Shopping Center put traffic lights up at the dang freeway. Quick development also means it takes a while for local government and utilities to catch up. An example of this is during the plowing season in the winter. Plowing of the streets is not always efficient and slows down a lot of day-to-day commuting in the winter months. Pro number 5. This is a real charming community. Residents of Bend love a community outing, and there are a ton of festivals and events to enjoy year-round. There's almost always an open farmers market with locally sourced produce and products to lure you in. We love live music here, and almost any event has local bands playing and entertaining the crowds. Not to mention the awesome amphitheater we have that attracts the bigger name bands. Sporting events are also big here, from high school sports to intramural games, races, and more. The community likes to support our local athletes. Con number 6. We have several different allergy seasons here in Bend that include juniper. Every single year, without fail, this stuff makes me feel like I have a severe case of the flu. Juniper pollen sheds in late February or early March and lasts through the middle of April. When it rains during this time, it pushes all of the pollen down and it covers everything in a light green powder. And just when you thought you'd get a break when the juniper stops, you get another month of birch, cottonwood, and maple filling the air with their pollen. Grass starts to pollinate in early June and stretches to the middle of July. Wild weeds like Russian thistle and firebrush pollinate through the summer until we have our first frost. As you can see, we only have a few months where we don't have something trying to make us sneeze. Pro number 6. We have the very last blockbuster on Earth. It's become a pretty popular spot, and people from all over the world come to Bend just to visit this iconic relic. If you don't live here or can't get here for a visit, make sure to check out their website where you can grab some memorabilia. There is even a documentary on Netflix called The Last Blockbuster, and I highly recommend it. You can even make it a complete night by going next door and picking up a pizza at Papa Murphy's. Con number 7. Because we have slightly longer winters in Bend, we tend to get a lot of potholes. They are everywhere across town, but especially in the older parts because the materials are getting older and breaking down, and because newer roads are better constructed and use longer lasting materials. Be ready to get your car aligned occasionally because these babies can really take a toll on your car. One nice thing when it comes to potholes is that if your car does get damaged by one, if that pothole was reported into the city and wasn't fixed, you aren't the one paying for your car to get fixed. The city is. Pro number 7. If you are the kind of person that wants to live in a place that experiences all 4 seasons, then Bend might just be for you. In the spring, strap on your snowshoes and check out the many local trails we have. In summer, head out on the Deschutes River with some friends and enjoy a nice float. In the fall, enjoy a hike up Pilot Butte to check out the incredible views. And of course, in the winter, you can hop on the slopes for some seriously amazing skiing at one of our local resorts. Don't like the rain and clouds? We have around 160 days of sunshine with another 105 that are mostly clear. Very different weather than the rest of Oregon. This is one of my top reasons for living in Bend. I get a little moody if I don't get enough sun. Just ask my husband. Con number 8. Even with Bend having all 4 seasons, if you love to be around warm to hot weather for bulk of the year, Bend is not your place. It really doesn't get warm until late June and only lasts until September, and if we're really lucky, sometimes into the beginning of October. Coming from California myself, I was used to wearing flip-flops pretty much all year long, and that definitely doesn't happen here in Bend. The nice thing is, though, that because we are in a higher elevation and have very dry climate, when it's sunny out, it feels much warmer than it actually is. I've acclimated pretty well here, and even on our winter days where it may be 20 degrees outside, if I'm out in the sun, I find that I might not even need a jacket. Pro number 8. Bend has the convenience of having an airport close by in the neighboring city of Redmond and is only 20 minutes away. This makes it extremely convenient for people that are living here in the Central Oregon area, but commute to other areas all over the country for work. It's a smaller airport, which makes it very easy to navigate. They have added a new low cost airline, so that could make it busier, taking more time to get through check in and security. Con number 9. Inventory on homes right now is really low, especially for me as a realtor, but also for you as a potential buyer. I may have mentioned that we are in a bit of a boom when it comes to population growth. People love living here and retiring here, so there aren't many people leaving the area either. More demand and less supply make it a bit challenging to find the perfect home for someone. That's not to say there are no homes for sale, it's just a lower inventory of options than we are used to. However, the city is currently plotting out more developments and construction is happening all over. We have room, we just have to build more, and that takes time. When deciding that Bend is your forever city, just pack some patience for the home buying process. I am here for you though, and will always present you with the best possible options for your budget. Pro number 9. My last high for today is how utterly beautiful it is here in Bend. We get all 4 seasons, which isn't true everywhere in the country. Even if the summers seem to pass by far too fast, and for some backyard gardeners, our most abundant season doesn't last long enough. Almost everywhere you look in Bend, there are trees and mountain views. We may be far from a beach, but we are far from ordinary too. People flock from all over the country to visit our home, and as residents, we can't blame them for wanting to stay. There is a whole huge list of other Bend, Oregon pros and cons to highlight, but many of them you just need to experience yourself. For any viewers out there who currently live in or around Bend, what are your favorite highs and lows of the area? I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. As a realtor and a person, I want you to know that I will always give you the honest answer. Hopefully today's lists highlight that. If you need someone who will tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear, you have found her. Give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I want to help you find the perfect place to call home. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you in the next one.